Boys and girls, welcome back to Atomfall. In the last episode, we finally made our way into the prison in Skethermore. Found Dr. Garrow. She wants to be freed. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that yet, because there's a lot of unknowns here. If I free her, am I gonna have to fight my way out of where I'm at? So this may be an alternate universe type situation where I do this to see what happens, and if I don't like the outcome, I'm probably not gonna do it again. What am I scanning for? Okay, let's try this. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, I see. I understand it now. So, head up here and... that does that. Oh, am I no longer friends? Yep, I'm no longer friends now. That's locked. Well, that sucks. Alright, so that's pretty much what I thought would happen. And I'm not sure that's the outcome I really wanted. And, like, in theory, I don't have to technically be sided with Dr. Garrow to use the signal redirector. Matter of fact, I found the signal redirector, like, before I talked to her. So I think I'm gonna reload a save to a previous universe, and that's gonna be the one I go with. And now we are back in Universe 1, and I'm just gonna see where this takes me in the world, because if I eventually have to side with Dr. Garrow and go against the protocol, I will do that when that time comes, but for right now, it seems more beneficial to not be an enemy with the military faction that owns the three-fourths of the map. So we'll come back to that later if we have to. So I guess the alternative to that is now we are going to go back and talk to Captain Sims in Wyndham after I finish exploring more of this place, if there's more to explore. Where does this go? Oh, this comes out here. Alright. Yeah, that might be an unpopular thing that I'm doing right now. And I apologize if someone doesn't like it, but like, yeah, I kind of feel like it's the best course forward at the time being. And there's nothing in there I can take. Hello, skeleton? But it does kind of seem like all signs point to Dr. Garrow at some point. So like I said, at some point we'll probably have to deal with her in some way or another. And I'm assuming both ways will get me what I need. So, like I said, we'll just continue with... get off the ladder. We'll just continue with what I'm doing right now and then... see where it takes us. Okay, now let's head back out, and then head back to Wyndham. Unless, of course, whenever I get outside, Telephone Man has something he wants to tell me. If Telephone Man tells me that Dr. Garrow's who I should be working with, then I might have to listen, because that'll be the first thing that he's said, really the entire game, where he's not warning me about, like, something being dangerous. We will see when we approach a telephone booth, because I'm sure he'll have something to say after a major plot point. And also, while I still have free reign of the military base, let me see if there's anything around here that I can pick up and take with me. Because I still do need ammo. There's something I can redirect here? Sure enough. So that goes to a turret. What is the alternative? And then that goes to that. Okay, so that turned off the turret and turned on that light. I don't know what that does. Other than potentially just, you know, turning off the turret for if I need to go rogue at some point. Aside from some bits and bobs, and like one ammo at a time, there's not really anything in a lot of these buildings.
Let's not have it.
Like gunpowder. So far I found 1 pistol ammo, 1 gunpowder, and 1 rifle ammo just by looking around in these buildings. I guess just do the same thing here. More rifle ammo, fantastic. And then let's take a look at the big bunker. Can I do anything with the big bunker? No, this is trespassing. Alright, so now we'll come back to that later. Because I don't really see a way I can get around that.
Should speak to the NCO.
He doesn't like something I did, but he doesn't know why he doesn't like it, so we're gonna keep it that way. Let's go to the phone booth and see if Phone Man has anything to say. No, not on this one. Because I just turned off their alarm, sure. Alright, there's an unmarked thing, or a marked thing that is undiscovered over here that I want to go take a look at. So we're gonna go over here real quick before we head back to Wyndham. Or I'm gonna walk into a landmine and die? I'm sorry, I didn't realize there were landmines here. Oh, yep, sure enough, there's the sign. Minefield, valid, can confirm, definitely mines. And then I could have went that way, because there definitely is an exit there. Crop fields. I would be surprised if there's anything here that's interesting. Nope, there was 1 SMG ammo, that's about it. And then my marker is in, I guess it's this bunker. Okay, nope, I'm not supposed to be here, understood. My bad, bro. My bad, dude, my bad. Didn't think it was off limits. Alright, ruined hamlets. I wonder if this does anything for me. Does this get me anywhere closer? Are they guarding this destroyed town for a reason? Like, what's here? What am I not seeing? Yeah, the big robot needs to not.
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
I can get past this guy. I'm confident I can sneak past him. I need the big robot to go away. Okay, definitely trespassing, definitely not supposed to be here, but we will figure that out more in a sec. Okay, so what is it telling me I can redirect? Okay, I can do something in here, I guess. Rifle ammo, antidote. I don't know if I want that or not, but I'm gonna take it. Oh, there's also a signal redirector in here. I guess if you didn't find the other one. I don't know what that did. Also, a 3-time training stimulant there that I would have missed had I not stood up. So, you know, sometimes standing up is good. In theory, probably could just leave right now. So I think that's the box I need, but I also need to get, like, close enough without this guy over here seeing me. And that kind of sucks. Okay, do it, then immediately turn around. Immediately get out. Cricket bat in the armory, sure. Antidote recipe. And then, what is the antidote for? Falkland battle rifle. I kind of want that. Actually, I can take that. And then that pistol is better than the one I have. Broadside auto. That shotgun might be what I want. I just don't have any space in my inventory. There is a... There's a stash thing at the entrance of the bunker if I can get back. Right there. And it may be time just to put the bow away. Like, the bow is an interesting weapon. It's definitely fun to use, but I just... As of right now, it's not super practical. Plus, I would like that. It's rusty, unfortunately, but... Although the FAL is really good, I actually think the JM3 is better, just looking at, like, the basic... This weapon is good stats. Potentially, we will see. Where is this idiot whistling? Oh, it's one of those situations where I might just be better off hightailing it out of here now. This is a prison. Not entirely sure I want to be in here. Oh, he's dead. For some reason, I assumed I had a passive takedown. I don't know why I thought I had a passive takedown. Can't tell if those guys are looking in my direction or not. So let's head back this way. There's a guy over here that comes back and forth. So I've tried a few different things. And basically nothing is working. I don't know if I'm just getting really bad timing, or if it's, like, not really possible to do stealthily. Because granted, I haven't invested in my sneak, so if I did that, it might be easier, but I'm also not really doing anything objectively wrong when it comes to sneaking. They're hyper-aware. So I'm gonna turn around and leave because we've gotten a lot of good stuff. And this wasn't my goal anyway. We'll come back to this later. Alright, sneak past bro, and... Thanks for playing. Alright. Now let's put the guns away. Okay, well, back to Wyndham we go. Back to Captain Sims, see what he has to say. I really wanted to explore that bunker more, but I just don't think it's possible without A, killing everybody, which is a waste of resources, and B, investing into my stealth, which I'm not entirely sure I want to do just yet.
They should just paint the boundary wall institutional green. They call this whole country a lunatic asylum.
Turn off their alarm, they'll be none the wiser. Their phone booth, let's see if he talks to me this time. Nope. Damn. I thought we were homies. There's a house on the hill. See what's up here. Editing that section inside the bunker I was just in is gonna be a living nightmare. Because I failed easily 10, 20 times, somewhere between those two numbers. Just because I wanted to see if it was possible, because I wanted to explore. I was genuinely curious, but... Nah, like, if you don't have anything invested into your stealth, I think the enemies are just hyper-aware. Disarm the traps. So what is this place, then? It's not giving me a location. Oh, it's Nora's barn. I don't know if that has any significance. Rifle ammo. Thank you. Bunch of traps. That I'll disarm just so I don't walk into them later, but... Look around a little bit before I head inside. Okay, that just goes in a loop. There's a way in right here. Whoever was here was ready for war. Just don't know why. There's a, another entrance to Nora's barn, sure. Alright, I'm not trespassing. Comic book. So. I know it's okay, there is somebody in here.
Hello? Someone there?
Surprisingly. Probably to you especially. Considering the amount of booby traps you put up. What do you have? Can I steal from you? Alright, let's talk.
Who the hell are you? No sort of moves or I'll shoot you dead. Who told you I was here? Who sent you?
Who said anyone sent me?
Because people don't just stumble on this place.
Well,
Who do you
I
stand with?
did.
The village or the protocol lot?
Can I ask you the same question? Who do you stand with?
You have to ask. Innocent civilians just trying to live their lives, but these bloody soldiers turn up and start throwing the weight around. Haven't you seen them? The soldiers? Oh, they were all right at first. But when they realised they were as stuck here as the rest of us, well, the mask slipped. Protocols like an army of occupation now. But you're not with the soldiers. I can see that now. You're not from round here at all, are you? This must be very strange to you. I won't ask where you came from, but I do want to know what you'd intend.
I don't actually know. Curious, I guess.
Do you know? Most folk round here like to live in ignorance. So you one up on them. Maybe we've got a bit of common ground between us after all. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Half the strangers out there would kill you for your shoes as soon as look at you. So I have to be careful. My name's Nora. Used to live in the village. But put that army captain's nose out of joint by answering back. Now I try to help the villagers out from here. I can trade if you have out worth selling.
Ah, you're a traitor. What do you have? You have an atomic battery. Yeah, I'll take that trade, sure. That rifle isn't as good as my JM3 anyway. I have another pistol in my stash if I ever find one, and I can craft grenades, so sure.
All happy? Good luck. Things wash around the zone and sometimes fetch up here. Might well be something you want. So drop in any time you're near. All right, listen. As someone who's happy to do a bit of business, mayhap you'll help me out with another kind. If you're going in the direction of Wyndham, I have a message that needs delivering. It's for Alf. In the pub. For his eyes only. You hear?
Sure.
Right, here's the message. Get that to him as soon as you can. Bit of advice for you. While you're here, Skethermore isn't what you'd call friendly. Down in Wyndham, the soldiers will leave you be, seeing as how you're a stranger. But out here, it's dog eat dog. There's folk round here that'll kill you for the sweat on your brow, so watch yourself.
That is a loaded question. Do you know anything about the secret research site the government built here?
Aye. I know something about that. Been poking round here long enough, haven't I? There's a big old bunker called the Interchange that those boffins built. The soldiers get proper excited about that one. I know there's a door in the army camp to the south of here. I also know they'll kill you before you get within spitting distance of it, any road. I heard it's locked up tight as a bank vault. You'll never get in. Believe you me, I'd give me eye teeth to know what was going on in there, but it might as well be on moon.
Okay, you let me worry about that.
Oh, heck. You're trouble, aren't you? You find out useful or interesting. You remember me and Wyndham, all right? Folk around here have it bloody hard. And if it's anything good to come out of that place, you think of them.
Alright, I should get going.
Watch your back out there.
Okay, so she just has another location to the interchange, which I've respectfully found about 7 other ones. So if I ever need that one, it's there. I know where to look. Alright, so worth the alternate route. We have another battery now. That looks like a thing I want. It is a thing I want, but the fish are really making this difficult. Atomic battery. In the middle of this pond. Surrounded by fish that hurt you. So, that's stupid. But whatever. Alright. Let me metal detect. And then actually head back to Wyndham like I've said like 5 times. Because that right there is the cave where I found the JM3. So everything between here and the entrance should be relatively clear unless the protocol soldiers at the bunker we're gonna walk by are still mad that I was in their bunker. And if that's the case, they'll chase me, but it'll be okay. Did I just get pranked? I think I just got pranked. There's nothing to metal detect. Have I been there? According to the map, yes I have. Okay, no, the metal detector is working this time. Oh, a cache that says use wisely and then 4 grenades? Use these wisely. Near as cost me an arm getting a hold of them next time I'm in the head, you owe me a drink. And there's the little protocol bunker. At least they're not coming out to fight me. Let's try the phone booth one more time. We'll definitely walk by more on the way back through Wyndham, but... Nope, still nothing to say. Alright. Okie dokie, back in Wyndham. Let's make a stop at Grendel's Head and go talk to Alf for Nora. Hello, sir.
Welcome back.
I have a message addressed to you from Nora.
Oh, my lord. Well, I appreciate you making the delivery. I truly do. I'm glad you found Nora. She can be a bit of a knout, but she's a lifeline for us in the village. I don't know what we'd do without her. Well, you seem trustworthy enough. Mayhap you could go one further. There's another message needs collecting, if you're up for it.
You and Nora both are the only two people I've talked to in this game that say mayhap, so sure.
I was hoping you'd say that. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map.
Another settlement needs your help, General. I'll mark it on your map. And he still doesn't have anything I want. Alright, I'll be going.
See you around.
Time to go talk to Captain Sims, which is kind of the exact opposite of what I just told Alf. Captain Sims isn't here. Where would Captain Sims... Who are you? Oh, you're just a villager. Where would Captain Sims be? Oh, he's over here. Why?
You have free passage to our prison. Get what you can out of the good doctor, and we can see about making some progress here.
I already did that. I spoke to Garrow in the prison like you asked.
What did you learn? How did Garrow manage to disable our security?
You were right, it was some sort of magic. The zone is very peculiar. No, it was a special device to remotely reroute power signals.
You mean that radio she had with her was nothing of the sort? Good heavens. The blithering idiots who searched her said it was harmless. Blast them. That's good work on your part. Well done. The more we can understand the barred gadgetry littering this place, the better our chances of escaping. Here, take this for your excellent service. And I presume you have Garrow's device. Hang on to it for the moment. I'm willing to trust you with it. Do not let me down. It may perform wonders, but it won't stop a bullet. You seem very capable, and that more than anything else makes me inclined to place some faith in you to continue doing the right thing.
Okay.
The fates of my force and yours are bound together. You realize that? Help us, and we will help you. Remember that.
Absolutely.
And in any case, something more pressing has occurred in your absence.
So the reward for that quest was the antidote recipe, which I found multiple times. In the second bunker I went into, which if I also need another signal redirector, I have to remember that the second bunker I went into has another signal redirector towards the beginning of it, if they ever take it from me for some reason. What has happened?
It seems some of the villagers are unhappy with our recent enforcements of martial law and have allied themselves with the savages in the woods. The swine broke in here and stole several items. Most importantly, part of our radio set. Reparations for injustice, they called it. I have no doubt that they intend to make a gift of them to those so-called druids as some sort of offering. That shower of feeble-witted maniacs thinks that anything scientific must be returned to the soil, as if radios are some form of root vegetable, apparently. But what they took is critical and highly sensitive.
And you want me to go retrieve it?
Yes, that's the ticket. Listen, I have an escape plan. You've helped me, and I'm willing to reciprocate it by bringing you along when we leave. But it's all for nothing if we don't have the radio to send a signal requesting extraction. Once the interference field is cleared. If these druids have our radio equipment, I can make a good educated guess as to where they'll have salted it away. I'll mark the spot on your map for you. I cannot emphasize how vital repairing our radio is.
For sure.
Anything else you find there? Well, that can remain buried as far as I'm concerned.
Very well. I'll find your radio for you.
Excellent. Good luck.
I think that's just gonna talk about the church. I'm gone.
Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
I'll think about it. So, I already learned that. I found 2 more atomic batteries. Which, again, for whenever I actually decide to go to the interchange, it'll be like speedrunning. Alright, let's take a look at my skill tree. I have 12. I think I want quiet movement just because the biggest complaint I've had probably on the whole is being detected. So we'll take that. And then I don't really have another skill that, like, I want. I don't really have a lot of problems. Because, like, while it would be cool to carry more crafting supplies and ammo, I don't really craft, and there's not a lot of ammo to be had anyway. And while I could also have less recoil weapon sway, or I could do more damage, I single tap everything so there isn't recoil. I'm not really struggling with the weapon sway, and everything one-shots to the head, so... Honestly, if anything, let's take charisma. Let's buff our bartering skill, and then I only have 3 left, so... That might seem stupid, but those are legitimately... Those are the 2 biggest issues I have right now, so... And then I have to find a stash thing, because I need to get the pistol that I put away back out, because I wasn't anticipating selling the pistol. One last attempt to see if Phone Man has anything to say in the one in the episode. Nope, he still has nothing to say, but I can metal detect. So let's do this first, and then we'll say goodbye. Oh, are we about to rob graves? Poison bomb. Sure, I guess. Is there anything else up here? Nope, doesn't look like it. With that said, boys and girls, this is where I'm going to call this episode. Thank you guys for joining me on my attempted respawn simulator of trying to take down a bunker. But until next episode, you guys have enjoyed, like and sub it down below if you have not, and I'll talk to you next time. A pizza.